Hey, my giblets, PsyStarcraft here with another StarCraft 2 commentary. Your favorite SC2 in the bottom left as the red zerg against RuMCaKeLG in the top right as the blue Terran. This is in fact Linko, a friend of mine, online friend of mine. I don't really know him through anything else, just StarCraft. And I forget what team he's on, but he's a really good Terran player. I used to practice a lot against him, so I assure you this will be a good game. But I gave you guys a SC2 game, and everyone knows that watching SC2 is like dipping Chips Ahoy in chocolate and peanut butter at the same time and then eating it. I haven't actually done that myself, but the fatties tell me it's delicious. I'm not fat, so I'll just take their word for it. Gross. Anyway, we have this map, Shakira's Plateau. Of course, it has gone through some changes. It did get an operation. It is no longer a female. It is now a male. There are no rocks here. There are now rocks here leading up to these bases. And that's pretty advantageous if a zerg does spawn across like this, because then Terran can't do their stupid little strategy where they go whoop, and then they just siege up everything right here and kill you. So that's good. This map is now a male. And we know that males don't do cheesy strategies, so we should see a good long game here. I haven't seen it. I just heard it was a good one. Recommended by all the people who love me out there. Thank you, you one person. And what are we seeing from Spanish? We're actually seeing a 16 hatch. Now, you have to be careful about droning too hard before you throw down a hatchery, because queens do help you get a lot of larvae. And if you wait too long for a spawning pool, or wait too long to get extra hatcheries and stuff like that, your larva count actually won't be as high. There comes a point where if you wait too long, it's actually disadvantageous, if that's even a word. I know advantageous is. I'm just going to add dis in front of it because that's how I roll. It's like a prefix. Add some bonuses to your word, plus 5 crit chance when I add dis to it. That's kind of a nerd RPG joke. I hope a lot of you understand what I'm saying. Prefixes and suffixes add value to your words, much like weapons. Can't wait for Diablo 3, man. I'm so excited for that game. And he's not going to steal a gas because there's no gas currently being taken. It'd be kind of a waste to steal one of 2 geysers, since Linko doesn't even need them both, and he would just kill it anyway with his marines. He's actually throwing down a really fast expansion, so nice response to the zerg fast expand. You can almost always expect a zerg to fast expand on Shakira's Plateau. And oh my goodness, the rapist has invited me to a party. That's going to be a gangbang. No thank you. As I was saying, on Shakira, as a Terran, you can always expect a zerg to expand. Fast expand, 15 hatch, 16 hatch, 14 hatch, something like that. Linko knows that. He's not going to play the cheesy 2-rack style like a lot of other Terrans would submit to. He's going to throw down his command center and actually play a good game, because he is a good player. I have played him before. Special tactics not too prominent with this man. And by special tactics, I mean cheesy tactics. I know White Rose special tactics aren't always cheesy, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Linko now with a very crooked penis with 2 giant testicles, one undergoing surgery. This Ling is going to get some scouting information, possibly see that second Rax. No, he doesn't see the second Rax. He did see 4 Marines, and this Overlord, very nice position of the Overlord. You want to, when you don't scout this base, you want to immediately send the Overlord up here, exactly what SC2 was doing. So if he's not able to scout up this ramp with any Lings or anything like that, at least he'll see the expansion with the Overlord. We can see SC2 is actually diverting from his style slightly. He's getting 1 gas at a time. That's unusual. And he saw those 4 Marines that actually scared him into getting a Spine Crawler. Still getting a lot of queens, though. He's got 4 queens. That's pretty normal for him. Just the 1 gas is where he's going a bit off track. Usually he gets all 4 gases at once, around 40 supply. Maybe we'll see all 3 gases here in a second. Only time will tell, ladies and gents. Now, I don't think Spanish knows that this is here yet. He knows he has a barracks frontal wall, but he needs to inch this Overlord a bit to the left so he can actually see if something is mining, if there are any buildings, something like that. Attack lab on the barracks, starport. So normal opening. There he goes. Now he can see that geyser. Now he has to assume that there is a second base. And there goes the 3rd base from Spanish. And the very, very late speed. That single gas into the late speed. And the reason he's not getting these extra 3 geysers is because he wants to throw down that 3rd base as soon as possible. Great response to a fast second base from a Terran player. So If he's going to counter you with the fast expansion of his own, get a third base of your own. Just be careful you don't die, because in StarCraft 2, if you die, you tend to lose the game. 2 queens spreading creep out here. Plenty of energy to poop down some more tumors. I don't know if he wants to use them or save for more transfusions. 5 more leapfrogging tumors and 2 more being placed down as well. So yes, he is going to continue to spread creep with these queens. No reason to save up with transfuge when you don't really need them. 1 Viking going to be out soon for some map control. Pick off some overlords. And cool thing is, SC2 didn't reveal this overlord over here. He knows there's expansion, but he didn't reveal the overlord, so it's probably safe. I don't think the Viking will actually go over here. He might just skim, you know, the top and bottom of the map. Oh, this poor guy's gonna die. Don't do it! Don't do it, RuMCaKe! No, the poor overlord. The overlord is dead. And check this out, you guys. 62 supply, 8.5 minutes into the game, and Spanish is just now starting his lair. This is his style. It's heavy economics. It's all about, you know, getting tons of drones out. And we can see that that's true. Even with a Terran fast expanding, he's at 47 to 42. Now Trez is, ooh, we got a drop coming here. 1 tank and 4 marines. Where's a good spot to take these? He's probably just going to take them into the main because there aren't any really amazing spots. He actually might drop it down here. That's a pretty nice location. Is that where it's headed? I totally lost it. Oh, he's following it. Yeah, that looks like where he wanted to drop it. Command center being prepared to drop down here. Lots of zerglings, lots of banelings. +1/+1. For Spanish. Is he going to be able to stop this? This Roach Warren could go down, as well as a couple of crystals. You have to be careful, though. If you get the tank too close, the queens can attack it. Roach is on the way. These rocks are not broken. And this is actually going to do some pretty good damage. It's by no means going to kill him. Might take out the Roach Warren and a lot of drones. Or maybe no drones, I don't know. Transfusing that overlord. Oh, and these marines are overextending a little bit, losing a couple of them, only getting 1 back into the medevac. Will this queen go down? No, it does not. Lots of queens able to soak up some damage, so minimal losses for Spanish. He did lose some mining time, but if we see workers killed, he only killed 3 drones. 7 drones, rather, and that's because of a drop up here also. So Linko all over the map already. I'm going to have to keep my eyes peeled this game because already this is turning into a fiasco. And nobody likes a fiasco. Actually, I do. I think fiascos are fun. It's just a fun word to say. Why wouldn't you like fiascos? So this medevac's trying to get something done. He already dropped in the 3rd. Is he going to try to drop down here? I don't see that working very well. Spire on the way. Spire for some map control. Now, a lot of times, Spanish will go infestation, quick infestation pet, get out some infestors, and then time the Spire to complete with the hive to get broodlords. Oh my gosh, you gotta watch where you're dropping, Linko. He's gonna lose every single marine, not even paying attention. He is pushing out the front, though. I don't see any other drops on the map, so I'm not sure why he was so vacantly minded. Vacantly minded. That made sense. Jesus, sigh. Yep, so it looks like a medevac was cleaned up right here. Some infantry was cleaned up here by these links as well. But this guy's got a couple kills. Yes, he does. As I was saying, he'll usually just time the hive with the Spire so he can get broodlords. But this time, I don't see any infestors right now. Is he even getting an infestation pit? Is he even getting an infestation pit? I don't see an infestation pit. That's really weird. No, he's not. So he's going the Muta Ling Banling build. That's normal Zerg. That's what normal Zergs do. So this is not SC2 playing. This is a clone of SC2, which has diverted back to normal tactics. Very unusual. Overlord speed on the way, so hopefully this guy will be saved in just a second. I'm surprised Linko didn't spot that and actually dropped to kill that Overlord. Looks like he is sending these 2 marines to do so. This poor guy is not going to get out in time. You can see he's still got 5 seconds on the speed. Oh, it's going to be close. Run, Overlord. Run, you fool. No. Oh, and it dies because he didn't even see it. Is he going to finish off the Roach Warren? That would be huge. Going to cancel the Roach speed. Not cancel it, but force it to stop researching. Oh, he stopped going for the Roach Warren. What the heck is he doing? More drones coming in. They're going to get destroyed pretty easily. Only 2 roaches and a queen. That queen getting focused down. Can't transfuse these roaches. Needs to micro this roach back. Is he going to do so? No, he does not. He doesn't have burrow. 2 roaches down. 2 2 roaches and a queen. Not too bad at all. Maybe even 1 or 2 drones. SC2 taking his 4th, meanwhile, producing a lot of mutalisks. And it looks like from the production tab, Linko's continuing to go with just Marine, Marauders, and tanks with some harassing medevac drops. So we've got 3 base to 4 base right now. Harvester counts looking pretty good for Spanish right now. Linko not too shabby too. Remember, he does have his mules. If we look at the actual money they're taking in, Linko's slightly ahead on minerals. Well, not anymore. Mule must have died. And slightly behind on gas, so it's really not that lopsided as of now, despite the 14 harvester advantage. And this is a huge tank marine push. You've got to manage your mutas as well as you can. Try to pick off some tanks in the back while the marines aren't paying attention. Try to get us around with the lings and hug them so you can get in there with your banelings. But nice tank spread, picking off a lot of these creep tumors. This is going to be deadly, man. This is going to be really deadly. He's got marines in nice little clumps all over the map, and that's going to allow banelings to do a lot worse. Actually blowing up his own tanks with a couple creep tumors. That was kind of funny. So this is deadly. 28 zerglings, 6 more mutas. That's a pretty hefty zerg army. And 22 roaches. These roaches are going to do a great job of soaking up tank damage, actually. He could use a couple more banelings. He doesn't really have any killing units right now. Oh, and this is exactly what I mean. Bring up the mutas from behind. SC2 doing it from behind, taking out 1 tank, not losing a single muta unless I saw what was going on there. And very nice play right there. If only he could spot these turrets and take them out. Oh, that would be actually a big delay on that 3rd base, or that 4th base. Not quite in range, and right now he's just spamming the Z key. He wants as many zerglings as he wants, because that's how you train zerglings, is by spamming the Z key. It's now 200 to 186. Oh boy. And this, oh my gosh, what a reinforcement bulk. Oh geez. That's so many more marines, so many more tanks, and this is hard. This is a hard composition to beat with any type of zerg force. So I wouldn't be surprised if this just outright kills SC2. Not like immediately. It's not going to do it really fast. Does he even have baneling speed? But, you know, the slow pushes are so freaking deadly. Yes, he does have baneling speed. Of course he has baneling speed. Who am I talking about here? SC2. Probably see the Greater Spire start right when... Oh, nice scan, killing a couple burrowed banelings. See the Greater Spire right when the hive completes. Are we going to see that? 36 banelings. Oh my gosh. Oh, geez. So, when a Zerg has this many banelings, and the Terran has this many tanks, it usually has to do... There's the Greater Spire. With how well the Terran will actually focus down the banelings. You have to specifically tell your tanks to right-click on the clump of banelings, and that allows you to do very well against these type of Zerg armies. Oh, is he actually going in? I don't like this move at all. He's going in the south with the banelings. Roaches in the north. Tanks in the front weren't actually sieged up, but that's so many banelings. They're going to go down to a lot of tank fire, but he does manage to clean up. Looks like these roaches soaking up a lot of damage. Is he going to win this fight? Where the heck are Linko's units? They're all dead, and that's why... Oh my gosh, that was ugly for both sides. You know, he didn't really break the contain. He did a lot of damage, but he didn't actually break the contain. There's still 4 Marines in that bunker. They're going to come out and help, and a huge, huge platoon of Marines reinforcing. 30 roaches on the way. That might just be enough to take this out, though. I don't know, man. Roaches, I don't think 30 roaches could even take that. And I don't really, I'm not a fan of that engagement in the middle by SC2. He might have just been clearing up food. He might have thought he had more than that to deal with all those bunkers and stuff, but now he's kind of on his hind foot. You know, he's trying to get some broodlords. In come the roaches. I don't think this is going to be enough. He's going to have to run back. He's got decent upgrades, just no upgrades on his roaches, only armor, no attack, and Linko's doing a decent job of upgrading considering he's Terran. A couple Marauders getting caught off guard. And oh my gosh, he is just down his throat. It's still 200 food, but remember, roaches are the cheapest to supply army. And now he's got a lot of roaches. Actually, Linko not reinforcing with the units in the middle. He's not reinforcing fast at all. So these roaches, you know, despite their cost ineffectiveness against this Terran army, are going to do the job. He should probably lift up all those units, but he doesn't. He could have saved every single unit in that engagement with these 3 medevacs, but he's just going to let them die. Now he's going to try to bust the middle. Don't do it, Spanish. There's 3 bunkers and 2 tanks. You need to start sieging up here, Linko. And that last engagement in the middle, the big one, Linko actually had 3 unsieged tanks, and that was a big reason why, you know, it kind of broke even. Like, Spanish lost all of his units, but there was only a couple bunkers left for Linko. And the Greater Spire is done, but we're not seeing any broodlords. Perhaps the Vikings he saw early on scared him away from broodlords. I don't know. Maybe we'll see some ultralisks. Another Greater Spire is complete. Linko on 4 base, killing SC2's 5th base. Oh my gosh, this is not looking good. He's stuck in the roach game, and I have been there as a zerg player. You feel like roaches, you can just spam the most amount of roaches for the cheapest amount of money, and they do pretty good against most ground units. Well, they do okay against most ground units, and I've been stuck in that game before, man. You just don't feel like you have time to get anything else. And now we are seeing him actually snipe a planetary fortress. I don't know how the hell that happened. Linko slipped right there. Let him go through that wall here without any contesting. And these roaches actually did marvelously, so I can't really complain too much about them. But there is a drop up here, picking off a lot of drones. If we check out the workers' loss, it's now up to 12, so if he killed 3 drones up there, those roaches will be cleaned up. And the corruptors are on the way. He's going to have some broodlords soon. Now you have to keep in mind, despite losing all these forces, here's another attack from Linko. Now it's down to 4 base to 3 base, so they each snipe the other's command center and hatcheries. Linko, of course, replacing that right away with his main. Not worrying about the geyser, he's really worried about his minerals. And, you know, despite... Oh, jeez, another attack. Despite SC2 losing all these roaches, his harvester count has remained static the whole game, 76, and I mean static in a good way. It's remained extremely high. And, you know, look at his spending. In this point in the game, when you have 4 bases as zerg, you're used to having tons of excess minerals, but he's having to spend a lot because these roaches are very active, doing a lot of damage, and being damaged a lot, you know, on the other hand. Slowly inching towards. I wonder what he's going to focus down. He'll probably go for the SCVs. Is he going to send half of them to the main, half of them to the expansion? Yes, he has to know that the main is mined out, though, so I'm not sure what he expects these to do. He probably will be unburrowing now. There's a turret. Spanish, do something. Oh, he unburrows. Might kill a couple SCVs. These roaches going up here, maybe snipe a turret or a supply depot or something like that. All in all, not the best investment. You know, he got some scouting information, but what do you really need to scout at this point in the game? Battle cruisers? No. Actually going to save a couple of them too, and these guys sniping some turrets, so that's going to be cool when he decides to move in with some broodlords. Personally, I would have gone for a starport, wherever the starport is, because you know he's getting broodlords. He's got 3 broodlords, 7 broodlords, and you kill a starport, you at least delay the production of Vikings. Just imagine if he killed the reactor. That'd be huge. That'd be a 50-second delay on his forces, his Viking forces. 2 more expansions being taken by SC2. If we check out the units. 7 broodlords, lots of roaches, couple infestors, lots of banelings. He really needs something to deal with the Vikings, though. Is he not going to go in? No, he's going to go for the army up here. Oh, baneling fodder in the front. Those marauders soak up so much banelings. That's why you move command your banelings. You do not attack command, because you'll just smash right into marauders. You'll smash into tanks. You'll smash into Thors. And they'll do about as much damage as a flea on my ass. So that was not good usage of the banelings. If we check out production, he's going for air. Okay, SC2 has the money to go for mass air. Well, he doesn't really have the money, but he's going to try it anyway. He's only on 2 mining bases now. This base is mined out, so he knows the ground war is kind of lost. He can't really go ultras or baneling muta or anything like that. So he's going corruptor, broodlord, infestor. One of the most powerful late game zerg compositions. You have to watch out for Vikings. Vikings are still so deadly against corruptors. And look at that. Oh, ghosts are too. Ghosts, very hard to manage, but when you do snipe well, when you do EMP well on any transfusing queens, one of the best late game units as well to deal with corruptors and broodlords. And they are just raining down here. I don't know why the heck Linko isn't getting out of there. He is getting destroyed by these broodlords. This 3rd base or the 2nd base. Oh my gosh, he might actually lose a greater spire. 3 more corruptors on the way. Mix of units. 2 more ghosts. 2 more Vikings. 2 more Thors. All anti-air. It's all about anti-air right now on the way for Linko. But these broodlords are catching up. He's not moving in. If he moved in, he could see that he could kill this greater spire. Why isn't he doing that? Lifting off though. Where are the corruptors? They should be coming in to finish off those medevacs. He only has 6 corruptors, and I don't like this move by Spanish. I've said it before, if you're going to use broodlords, you need to keep them with your army. That drop getting cleaned up pretty well. I've said it before, if you have broodlords, keep them with your army, and this is why you lose them all to silly, silly units like this. You cannot use broodlords as, like, sneaky base killing units or anything. They're so damn slow. They're slower than overlords with speed by far, and these Vikings are going to kill way more than they should. now down to 7 Corruptors and 10 Broodlords, and the Viking count is just going to be increasing this entire game. 2 more on the way, 3 more Ghosts, a lot of Marines, and these Vikings actually overstepping their bounds, getting picked off, so it's so hard to manage every single unit at once. We see a lot of carelessness here, and that's just the nature of a huge macro game. So right now, we've got 5 base for Linko on 5 base for SC2. We've got a pretty nice job. This is going to destroy a lot of tech. Roach Warrens, maybe a spawning pool, maybe the Hive, and I don't think Linko has any units fast enough to even get down there. So this could be a killing blow. It really could. If he kills the Hive, kills the spawning pool, kills the Roach Warren, well, even though he's not producing roaches anymore, it's still, you don't have that option when you need it later in the game. These roaches still meandering around, not really sure what they're for. And it's kind of weird, because when Linko drops, he doesn't really focus anything. He just lets them do shit, and then it doesn't turn out to be as effective as it should be. So those units down there just doing shit. These units up here are just going to do some shit too. 4 Ghosts in here, and they can snipe so many Broodlords. Now keep in mind, when you have snipe with full energy, 200 energy, that's 8 snipes, 8 times 400, or 8 times 45, that's what, 460, I think? 460 damage with a single Ghost? That's a lot. 460, that's not even close. 360 is what I meant. So 360 with the single Ghost, but he still has no anti-air. He's trying to snipe these Broodlords. He's spreading the snipe too thin, though, weakening a lot of Broodlords, but killing the rest. I'm still thinking about my math. Yeah, 360, that's totally right. And this drop down here just killing the next base. He even killed the, oh, he didn't kill the Greater Spire, but SC2 is backed into a corner at this point. He's only got 25 Harvesters on 2 bases. He just couldn't maintain control of this game. I think in the middle was kind of where the game turned. The tides of the game turned. Oh, and he's losing a lot of Infestors. Almost tried to EMP those Infestors. Now scanning them. Great fungal growth, but they're just running into the Ghosts at this point. He's got a nice air army, but just not enough supply in general. It's 93 to 140 at this point, and more units being produced by Linko, and we can see nothing coming for Spanish. He's just got nothing to mine from, man. No more minerals. He's down to 30 Harvesters, up from 25 actually. And he's going to come in with these Broodlords. He'll likely encounter some Vikings. These Corruptors are going to get sniped. No, we need some Fungals. There's some Fungals. And where are the Vikings at? He doesn't even need Vikings. He's going to run in here with some fully upgraded Marines. And this is why Zerg can be tough too. You get the Broodlords, you get the Corruptors, but at that point you're so far behind in upgrades that units that shouldn't do well against them actually do well against them. And you know, this hard-fought game, very hard-fought game. But that middle battle, I think that kind of put Spanish in a really rough position. He wasted his whole army to almost break the contain, and then after that, he felt like he needed to reinforce really, really fast to try to finish it off. So he just made tons of roaches, when you know those could have been spent on infestors, on some tech, on some upgrades, on something like that. He had a lot of money at that point, but I think the roaches just lasted a little bit too long. I don't know, maybe Ultras would have been good that game. I don't really like Ultras. I don't really like any T3 for Zerg, but that was a hard-fought battle, man. Drops all over in the beginning, and just some cool stuff. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. SC2, always fun to watch, and as always... And yeah, I did say that fat people love Chips Ahoy and peanut butter, so deal with it. Lose some weight, fatty.